Hi guys, we are back and today we have actually a very special guest. Besides, we are here with Taiga. He is the first international guest of Podcasting Panda. Are you excited, Taiga?
Yeah, I'm very excited today.
So happy to have you here.
Thanks for inviting me.
And I think I'll just ask you a couple of questions to ask you about your culture, your life, and who knows. First thing, I have prepared a very important question for you. That is, how are you?
Well, I'm great. Thank you. Well, I had some troubles when I arrived at Beijing because of my card didn't work and there were problems with my with international transactions. So I was a bit concerned of how it will turn out. But right now, I settled myself in and
Everything's
enjoying.
fine.
Very enjoyable.
Yeah,
right
yeah.
now.
I feel like the first days here are always the most difficult, and after them you can actually start to enjoy the place. Do you agree?
Yes, I agree. I think it can be said in any countries. If you move to a new environment, that's something you'll face.
Yeah, yeah. Although, you actually have quite an experience in changing routes, let's say, because you have lived for a long time in Netherlands and then in Japan. So I would like to ask you, first of all, where were you actually born? How much time you have spent in that place? Somehow your history, and then I would like to know how much these places have actually influenced your personality and your traits.
Okay, thank you for the question. Well, I was born in Japan. I lived 4 years in Japan, and then I moved to the Netherlands. Spent 8 years there in an international school, and then I moved back to Japan, and that's where we're at right now. Well, I'm living in Beijing right now, but so I lived 8 years in the Netherlands and 12 years in Japan. I'm 20 right now. About the personality, it's a pretty difficult question, actually. The Netherlands, I was in an international school, as I just said, so I wouldn't say I lived a pure Dutch life, but I think it really influenced me, in a sense that, so in an international school, I was really surrounded by various people from different backgrounds. Okay. So I think that significantly broadened my perspectives in terms of how I perceive the world.
You are a world citizen.
Yeah.
And has Japan somehow managed to build deeper roots in you, or do you also feel like a part of an international community in Japan as well?
I've never thought myself as a part of an international community. Well, both my parents are Japanese, and my mother tongue is Japanese.
Okay.
I'm more confident when I speak Japanese. So, I resonate with Japanese cultures more than international cultures, like Western cultures. But
In what language do you dream?
Japanese mainly.
Okay, yeah, I think that's very significant.
Yeah.
I believe.
Well, it's so when I moved back to Japan, the first several years was a challenge for me because so as you may know, Japan is a homogeneous country.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, and
You were in Tokyo.
yeah, I lived in Tokyo. And so it's about Japanese characteristics of Japan. We really care about how we're getting looked at, and we strictly follow these societal standards and norms, which makes it pretty hard for an individual to express themselves within the society. So that was a little bit of a challenge for me, but yeah, but now I just resonate with that aspect as well.
And now what we are finding ourselves in here in Beijing, in China, that we can say there is a different form of government. We can say safety here is more important than freedom. The norms are somehow more tighter.
Yeah,
But somehow, do you feel like me more free? Like although all the norms here are tighter, there are more rules, more law. Somehow, for me, being so far from my homeland makes me actually feel more free. Is that something you're feeling as well?
Yeah, that's actually a great point. I'm definitely feeling that way, but I think that's because, so we're here for just one semester as an exchange student, so we don't really have the responsibility as like a part of this country, and that's what where the freedom comes from. So that'll be my answer.
Talking about dreams, in Italian we have this wonderful idiom that's called un sogno nel cassetto, that is a dream in the drawer. You know, you have a dream that's your life goal, and in Italy we hide it, we keep it in a drawer for two main reasons. The first one is to keep it alive, but also like to protect it, But somehow when you protect something, you are also holding yourself from realizing it. So what I was curious about is, first, what's your dream in your life? And then if you have a drawer where you have stored it, and what's your drawer?
Yeah, so that's a very hard question for me, because I really don't have a clear dream that really motivates me to do something in my life. But let's say that for now my dream is, so I'm here in Beijing, and I'm an econ major, and in Beijing at Beida PKU, I'm studying finance, business management, etc., etc. And what drives me to study those topics is because I really like Japan as a country. I feel like there's a rich culture and a lot of things that Japan can provide to the world. And as you may know, Japan's in an economic downturn.
Yeah. I've heard it's quite a struggle.
Yeah, it's quite a struggle. I really feel sad about that. And
so you would like to be involved in somehow rehabilitating your homeland, revitalize it from the current.
Yeah,
that's actually an optimistic and quite a great goal,
Yeah, that's a goal for me, and I thought. So we live in a world where the society puts emphasis on utilizing all these data that is stored, and Chinese people are very good at doing that, like Chinese corporates. And I felt that studying here in China and learning how corporates make strategic decisions based on data would help me, move one step towards my dream.
That's very interesting.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's also like your drawer, not only your dream.
Yeah, definitely.
China, it's somehow your drawer, because it's very difficult, at least for me, to stay here, but it's also necessary in order to develop it somehow. So finally, I wanted to ask a question that's to me it's very interesting because Japanese is a wonderful language with lots of terms that we actually cannot very well translate because they have a unique term meaning that cannot find a relative in Italian language. So I wanted to ask you, what's your favorite Japanese word?
My favorite Japanese word is itadakimasu.
Okay.
I don't know if you have heard of it before.
Never.
But never. It's something we say before eating something. So directly translating it, it means I'm going to have it. But like, I think that word is beyond what it actually means, like beyond the word itself, and it really expresses this appreciation towards people, like all these people who all these processes and all these people like that went through to cut for the meal to be right there.
Okay.
So I like to the farmers, to the person who cooked the meal. So the meal you have there, you had to buy it, right?
Yes.
So maybe that was financed by your parents. So like you appreciate all these people around you, and
that's very, very wise. In my opinion, very thankful.
And I think that is a word that I can't really find a good translation in other languages.
That's very interesting. So, can you repeat it to conclude this episode?
Okay.
Say it.
Itadakimasu.
See ya, guys.
See you guys.